All right, so today we'll be opening the Aigo, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. It's AIGO, Aigo AT360. I was offered to review this, so we shall see how it is. This is gonna be a complete unboxing, so we'll get this plastic off. Kind of nice that it comes in plastic. They did ship it right in this box. They just put the shipping label, slapped it right on the back. So this was the box that it shipped in. That's why it may seem a little banged up. Once you get this plastic covering off of it, it is not too bad. Some scuff marks. Overall, the box quality is pretty nice. Not banged up too bad. So, not a bad start. Printing quality looks super nice. Let's have a look at the back of the box. Do you see the specifications? You can also see this on their Amazon page as well. Alright, so we got an aluminum block housing an ARGB. So this is addressable RGB, it's not just 12 volt RGB. And if you don't know the difference, that means each individual RGB can change colors. So you got the fans that are ARGB, and also the water block is addressable RGB. That's what it means, is each little pixel can change colors compared to 12 volt RGB is what it's referred to as, where the whole strip have to be the same color. Alright, so we got the water pump. This is kind of interesting. The water pump is inlined, so you'll see this big block right here. Let's see if this picks it up here. That's pretty interesting. Don't think I've seen any implemented that way. The fans are all ARGB. So this is the AT360, is the model number. Radiator size is the 397 by 120 by 27 millimeters. So if you need to check if that's going to fit in your case, you can use those measurements. The 397 is going to be the length, 120 is the width, and the 27 millimeters is the depth. That's a little bit thicker than a standard case fan. Standard case fan, I believe, is 25, and then the thin case fans are going to be like 12 or 13. You can find 11 as well. 5200 RPM. Power consumption is only 2.5 watts, greater than or equal to 2.5 watts. So that's pretty cool. You got pump noise. It says less than 30 decibels. Fan noise, they say less than 31 decibels. With 3 fans on a 360 rad, I don't actually super doubt that. With how cheap this thing is, that seems relatively quiet. Alright, so we can go ahead and open this sticker. Not much more to see on the box. Oh, and the compatibility that they claim. I mean, I'm sure you can get it to work on pretty much any of these, but you got the MSI, Asus Aura, Gigabyte, and ASRock RGB systems. Anything on this side? No. I'd say overall the box quality, the printing quality looks really nice. I have no complaints. Like, this looks really sleek. This is a sleek looking logo. They didn't do a bad job at all with that. This is a big box, I will say. Alright, so we got the manual. I'm not going to look at that right now. We got a piece of foam. And I will say I really do like this packaging because it is environmentally friendly. There's no reason for this to be plastic when it's just as easy, and this is recyclable. So good job on that, Aigo, whatever you want to be called. Alright, let's check what we got in the box. Oh, a lot of accessories. Okay. I'm gonna set that down. This is a SATA controller. So we got, that's good, not Molex. Wow, that's a pretty big deal. Alright, so we got SATA. These are gonna be, this looks like an RGB controller. So you don't need an RGB header on your motherboard in order to use the RGB on this. It has a mode button, so I'm sure this thing will just automatically do some RGB. You just won't be able to control it as concisely as you would if your motherboard has an addressable RGB header. If you've built your computer in, if you have a B550 board, a higher end B550 board, X570s mostly have them, but you should be able to see on your manual for your motherboard to see if you have a addressable RGB header. These are all of the things. Wow, that's a lot of things. Alright, well, that's not the fun stuff, right? And then I get to the fun stuff. That is a lot of different mounting screws. I am impressed. You have a thermal paste applicator here. I'm curious to see if it's just some. They have some thermal paste in there as well. I'm sure you would be okay using it. They also have a back plate. All right, so we got the back plate and everything in there, screws, all that fun stuff. Package. All this plastic wrap kind of seems unnecessary. Like, I don't see these plastic wraps on the fans being necessary. With a lot of plastic, that's not necessary. Wow, that's not bad. I would say these are better. I mean, this is a different type. I have the Halo RGB fans from Aigo. And these seem higher quality, but they also don't have the RGB ring around the fan. These do look bigger. I mean, dimension-wise, they're the same, but you know, they have more plastic around the edges. The other ones are pretty minimalistic. So hopefully we see some good performance out of these. That's it. We got that in the back. I don't know what this is, brass. Why that is brass, I don't know. Like, these all fit in here perfectly fine. They don't need the plastic. You can drape the cables over the same exact way. You don't need plastic. All right, enough about my plastic rant. This is where we are at, man. Wow, this is a massive block. Holy cow, this seems huge. Right now I do a custom loop for my CPU. I used to have a GPU on there, but I only have a 240 rad, so when I got a 6800 XT, I think that's all that's in the box. So we got the mounting hardware, nothing's underneath. Again, overall box quality, very nice. I used a custom loop for my CPU, so I have definitely seen some CPU blocks, but this thing is huge. All right, does this reorientate? That is the question. Oh no, I don't think it does. I mean, for this price point, can you really expect it to? No, it does not. So, if you were hoping that you could mount this way or this way, and it still be upright, you cannot. It looks like when the tubes are to the right, that is when it's upright. So you can only mount it like this. Because on some AIOs, this front piece here, this silver piece would spin, so that way the logo could be adjusted, but this does not do that. For this price point, that's not really like a surprise that they skipped out on that. I'm sure it's not like the cheapest solution. This is super weird. I think that this is super weird. This does not make sense to me. I've never seen a pump integrated to the tubes. So that seems really interesting. Yeah. So there's that. All right, let's check this RGB out. RGB hookups. This is gonna be your ASUS hookup, at least I know. I'm pretty sure MSI and ASRock use the same one as them. And then I'm guessing that this is the Gigabyte one. No, it is not. That is just a, cool, that's just a splitter. So it comes with a splitter, which is great. That's always good to see. You got your back plate there. Yeah, copper back plate. You got your front. I'm curious to see how this thing looks when it's lit up. We'll see. It doesn't look like it'll be too bad. Too bad to look at. Alright. Cool. Well, I like the square shape of the radiator. A lot of radiators have like rounded off edges and stuff. The square shape is a lot more appealing to me. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. Won't affect the performance at all. 360 millimeters. That is 360 millimeters for sure. All right, so we'll do some B-roll for me putting this into my case, taking out my custom loop that I currently have in there with the barrel water block, and I have a big ski pump and a bunch of fittings, and the current Aigo fans that are in there, those will be coming out, and these will all be going in. So enjoy that, and then we'll come back. We'll do some benchmarks, and we'll see the improvement, if there is an improvement, over my custom loop on my 5800X, or if the custom loop with the 240mm rad does better, or if the 360mm AIO does better. Whichever one is better, I think I will be keeping in my system. So let's do this. All right, so the Aigo AT360. I am thoroughly impressed with this. It did better in clock speeds and temps than my custom loop did with my 240 rad. It's also way cheaper. With my custom loop costing over $200 and this also being a quieter implementation, 360 millimeters gives me more room to cool, and the fans are way better quality than what I was running before. With all of that in consideration, this is the cost of over half of other 360 AIOs on the market. So if you're looking for a AIO, you love the implementation of easy to install, how they look, and the performance that comes with them, this would be one of the ones that I recommend. I got higher Cinebench scores than my custom loop did. I had absolutely no problems with the quality. Everything on the install was super easy to do. No problems with screw stripping or them fitting properly. They work great. I had no problems with the compatibility with my case either. All right, that's pretty much all I have for the AT360 by Aigo. If you guys have any other suggestions, videos, comment down below. Also, if you'd like to see the video that I release in a couple weeks for the Deca move done by a company called Deca Gear. Hopefully they release their headset in the next year, but they just released this. I got it in the mail just a couple days ago. I'm gonna unbox this and check it out for you guys. Also, if you'd like to see me buy a cheap cable extension set for my graphics card, because I have some mustard cables right now, go ahead and leave a comment as well. Like and subscribe. We hope to see you guys next time.